to the privacy notice, and you were informed by the fact that this webinar is going to be recorded. So good morning, everyone. It's our pleasure to see you all, and welcome to the official launch of #Audit Talks. On behalf of the National Audit Office of Lithuania and the National Audit Office of Malta, we are delighted to see you, so many of you joining us today from across the EUROSAI.
Thank you, Shirinya. So what is this #Audit Talks? It's really an initiative aimed to create a space, a platform for SAIs and auditors within SAIs across the EUROSAI region to exchange ideas, explore emerging topics and their discussed topics, and also to learn from each other's experiences. Importantly, it is designed to be inclusive and dynamic. Dynamic because we respond to the wants of the community, and also inclusive because we aim to give a voice not just to senior leaders and very experienced auditors, but also to junior auditors and colleagues working on methodology, innovation, and capacity development.
Today's meeting will set the stage. We'll hear reflections from our auditors general, revisit lessons learned from the traveling club of experts, and share the vision for how #Audit Talks will work. Most importantly, we want to hear from you, EUROSAI members, because your input will shape the future of this platform.
So once again, thank you for being here and being numerous, and thank you for supporting this initiative. So we'll now get started.
Yes, it is my pleasure now to invite the Auditors General of Lithuania and Malta to share their perspectives. First, we will hear from Irena Segalovičienė, our Auditor General of the National Audit Office of Lithuania. Unfortunately, she won't be joining us today live, but we will hear pre-recorded speech.
Ja se on nyt ensimmäistä kertaa myös tässä. Muun muassa maaseudulla usein ja niitä on menneet.
Thank you very much. We kindly again ask everyone to mute their microphones. Please, sorry. Okay, sorry for that. Now we invite us all to listen to Mr. Charles Deguara, Auditor General of the National Audit Office of Malta.
Thank you, dear colleagues and friends. I am so honored and thankful to be with you this morning for the official launch of the Audit Talks initiatives. As you know, a EUROSAI project group aimed at contributing to the achievement of the EUROSAI strategic goal 1, supporting effective, innovative, and relevant audits by promoting and facilitating professional cooperation. At the outset, I take this occasion to convey our heartfelt solidarity with our colleagues at SAI Poland in view of the challenging times that their country is going through. Coming back to our meeting, at the National Audit Office of Malta, we have no doubt that staying current with audit methodologies and emerging practices is not a choice or an option. Indeed, today, it is a necessity that we cannot, and I emphasize cannot, do without. As we all experience, our professional environment is constantly evolving, shaped by new complex risks, data streams, technologies, and stakeholders' expectations. In such a context, the value of a platform like Audit Talks cannot be overstated or taken for granted. Such an important tool of communication between us all, is essential if we want to continue being relevant, responsive, and innovative in our work. When our colleagues at the National Audit Office of Lithuania reached out to us with the idea for this initiative, I have to admit we welcomed it without hesitation or doubt. From those early discussions to today's event, our collaboration has been both productive and inspiring. Our ongoing cooperation has been anchored in deep mutual trust, shared purpose, and the belief in the value of professional connection. This is very, very important. I would like to acknowledge Ms. Asanavissian, I hope I got it right, it's difficult, for her leadership and clarity of vision in shaping Audit Talks and in encouraging collaboration with our office from the very start. So, Audit Talks provides us with a unique opportunity, a space to exchange ideas and meaningful professional conversations, exchange our experiences of good practices, and keep up with emerging trends in public sector auditing. I think it offers a fresh, dynamic, and inclusive platform to bring auditors together. We are especially enthusiastic about Audit Talks because it is inclusive, accessible, and designed to engage auditors at all levels, from junior staff eager to broaden their perspective to experienced professionals with rich insights and experiences to share. By engaging academia, international organizations, and other public institutions, it allows us to tap into an even wider spectrum of expertise and knowledge. Hence, its importance. This project group is also about connecting people. Let's not underestimate that in our work because it is so vital. In a field where we are sometimes constrained by our national mandate or legal frameworks, Audit Talks reminds us that we are part of a wider community in which we aspire to serve our parliaments and consequently our citizens by providing assurance to our public sector audit work. A community that obtains its objectives when we build relationships, exchange ideas, and find solutions together. This is the strength of our Audit Talks initiatives. I sincerely cannot finish this brief intervention without thanking everyone who helped bring this initiative to life, especially, once again, to you, Ms. Asana Vicien from SAI Lithuania, and to my dear colleague, Dr. Rebecca Vassarlo from SAI Malta. Both have worked very hard and very well on these initiatives. I sincerely encourage all EUROSAI members, even my colleagues at NAO Malta, to take part, shape the agenda, and make full use of this unique opportunity. We are proud to be part of this new project group, and we look forward with interest and enthusiasm to conversations and connections it will inspire. Together, and yes, together, we can make this platform a source of inspiration, cooperation, and shared growth. Thank you so very much.
Thank you to both the Auditor General of Lithuania and to the Auditor General of Malta for also supporting this collaboration between the SAI of Lithuania and SAI of Malta, and also for emphasizing and recognizing the importance of professional growth and also such platforms that allow for it. So now we want to look back at kind of the journey that brought us to Audit Talks, and that's really the Traveling Club of Experts. This was a project group under the previous EUROSAI strategy, and it ran from 2021 to 2024. It engaged more than 1,200 auditors from almost every EUROSAI member and also beyond. And it created opportunities for informal exchanges on emerging audit topics, but also showed the value of short, focused, and interactive sessions. Irena now will provide an overview of the key themes explored under the Traveling Club of Experts and also the lessons learned, and how this experience kind of lays the foundations for this new project group under the new EUROSAI strategy. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. It is my pleasure and honor to walk through the brief history of our very successful project group that we finished before. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Irena Segalovičienė, and I'm a methodologist in Innovation and Methodology Department at National Audit Office of Lithuania. And it is my really great honor to walk you through our very important job that we've done in previous years. So I will share the story of the Traveling Club of Experts, a EUROSAI Strategic Goal 1 project group that ran from 2021 to 2024 and officially concluded in the spring of 2025. As an idea to boost knowledge sharing among auditors in a way that was something new at that time, the Traveling Club of Experts was born in 2021. At that point, we began reflecting on how to reach a broader international community of auditors, how to share our own experiences more widely, and how to bring knowledge and insights from other countries. That is how the idea emerged, to organize short, remote seminars, something still quite new in our community at that time, focused on methodological themes that were both practical and forward-looking. These concise online sessions allowed us to connect across borders, attract participants from many SAIs, and start building a truly international conversation about innovation and quality in public auditing. Around the same time, colleagues from the State Controller and Ombudsman Office of Israel had been thinking along very, very similar lines. They too were looking for new ways to connect auditors across borders and exchange methodological practices in a more dynamic, accessible format. The turning point came in October 2021 during our first face-to-face international meeting after the strict COVID lockdowns. It was such a pleasure to take part in that. It was there that these two ideas were brought together. Instead of working separately, we decided to combine our visions and create a joint initiative. And this is how the Traveling Club of Experts was born. As a platform of short remote seminars on diverse methodological themes, at that time, this format was still quite new for the audit community. Yet it proved to be exactly the right approach. Simple, flexible, and highly inclusive, enabling us to bring together auditors from across EUROSAI and beyond. In total, the project delivered 8 webinars and the final hybrid event in Malta. From the very beginning, the Traveling Club was warmly welcomed by the EUROSAI community. Participants valued not only the presentations, but also the opportunity to meet peers, ask questions, and discuss real challenges. Some colleagues even came back again and again, attending 3 or more webinars because they found the sessions so relevant and engaging. This was never just a technical exercise. It was a true community initiative that connected auditors across borders, encouraged open dialogue, and made our profession stronger. The Traveling Club of Experts was designed as a platform where knowledge could travel freely without physical borders. It was co-led by National Audit Office of Lithuania and State Controller and Ombudsman of Israel, as I've already mentioned, with speakers from around 15 EUROSAI members SAIs. But what made it unique was not the diversity of speakers, it was also the level of interaction. The format always combined presentations, Q&A sessions, and sometimes even group discussions. And participants really used the opportunity. Many were actively asking questions, sharing comments, and even debating different approaches. The club also brought together auditors from very, very different fields: performance, financial, compliance, IT, methodological experts, all learning from each other. This mix gave the discussions richness and practical value. What emerged was more than a series of webinars. It was a trusted space for auditors to exchange experience openly and build a professional community. In the early part of the project, our webinars focused on fundamental audit themes. We began with quality assurance in audit, exploring different methods and case studies that showed how assurance can be strengthened. Next, we looked beyond traditional audits, with SAIs presenting how they conduct evaluation, assessments, reports that add real value even outside the strict audit mandate. Another highlight was audit innovations, where the Netherlands, Austria, and Estonia shared examples of new practices, from digital tools to participatory approaches. Finally, we held a forward-looking discussion on future challenges for supreme audit institutions, where auditors themselves voiced their perspective on risks, opportunities, and expectations in a fast-changing environment. What became clear from the first 4 webinars was the interest was steadily growing. More and more participants kept joining, and some even returned multiple times, eager to keep learning. As the project moved forward, the themes expanded to cover new and emerging areas. We had a session on communication with stakeholders and civil society, highlighting how openness strengthens trust. Another focused on auditor training, with practical examples of how to harness internal resources for capacity building. The creatively named methodology mosaic session showcased innovative interactive systems and tools in use across SAI for spreading methodology. One of the most successful sessions was dedicated to sampling techniques, a core audit skills. This webinar attracted a record 240 participants, showing just how relevant and useful the topic was to our community. At the final hybrid event in Malta, we turned to two high-level topics. First, artificial intelligence in public auditing, a fast-evolving area that will transform how we work. Second, combined audits, bringing together performance, financial, and compliance audits. Both topics sparked the rich debates and underlined the forward-looking nature of the club. By this stage, participation has reached its peak. The club had proven its ability to mobilize the EUROSAI community and to keep interest growing with each new topic. In the spring of 2025, the Traveling Club of Experts officially closed. But its closure does not mark an end. It marks a legacy. As already mentioned a couple of times before, the numbers speak for themselves. Around 1,200 participants from 40 SAIs joined across the webinars and final event. Second, 15 SAIs acted as presenters, offering knowledge from very different institutional contexts. Third, the club built a stronger community of audit professionals. Many participants attended multiple sessions, asked questions, and truly engaged in the discussion. This shows that the club was not only informative, but also inspiring. Fourth, the project promoted innovation, quality, and collaboration. By bringing together auditors from different fields and countries, it showed that learning can be both professional and enjoyable. And finally, the trend of growing interest. By the last webinars, we saw record participation with the 8th session attracting 240 auditors and the 9th hybrid event in Malta attracting 165 online auditors. This was a clear sign that the more we shared, the more people wanted to join. So the Traveling Club was not only a series of events, it was a movement that gained momentum over time. The club was highly appreciated by EUROSAI community. Feedback from participants showed that the initiative met a real need, a space to share, to connect, and to explore new ideas together. It also proved that when we bring together auditors from different fields, methodology, performance, financial, compliance, the results are powerful. We not only exchange knowledge, but we also build relationship and trust. The lessons learned from this project will feed into future initiatives under Lithuania and Malta's leadership, ensuring continuity and growth. Most importantly, the Traveling Club leaves behind a legacy of stronger cooperation, greater openness, and community ready for the challenges ahead. Looking back, we can confidently say between 2021 and 2024, the Traveling Club of Experts made a real difference for auditors, for EUROSAI, and for the future of public auditing. That's it for my first presentation.
Yes,
I think
thank you, Aukščiausiąja. Yes. So now Aukščiausiąja will also present to us the final feedback from the final event, which was organized in Malta. I was actually participating in that, and there was truly a very interactive session on how the community wanted Traveling Club of Experts to be somehow reformed, reshaped into something better and to continue on. So yes, what the session did emphasize was the importance of an interactive format and inclusive participation, that we do open participation and not limited to a few participants per say, and also include junior auditors in this discussion. So yes, Aukščiausiąja will now walk us through the main feedback and how it helped inspire the design of audit talks.
So then again, I hope you all see my slides, very short ones, but I talk a lot. So the final Traveling Club of Experts event took place, as already mentioned, in Malta, and over 1.5 days in June 2024. It brought together both familiar speakers from earlier webinars and some new faces. The format was hybrid, with participants joining in person and online. The first day was dedicated to keynote presentations and discussions, while the second day turned into a hands-on workshop environment designed to reflect, co-create, and even unleash creativity through interactive exercises. On the first day, participants had 7 keynote presentations across 2 major themes. The first block focused on artificial intelligence, opportunities for public auditing, with speakers from the European Court of Auditors, National Audit Office of Estonia, IDI from Norway, and Israel State Controller. The second block turned to combined audits, with contributions from the Czech Republic, Latvia, and Germany. Each block was followed by Q&A and discussion, which allowed participants to dig deeper, ask questions, and exchange perspectives. This day offered not just knowledge, but also comparative insights from different countries and practices. Some memories from that time. So as I mentioned, the second day was fully interactive. All participants, including earlier webinar speakers and several new contributors, took part in 2 workshops. The first workshop focused on reflecting on lessons learned and developing ideas for future EUROSAI projects. Participants played a lesson learned bingo and engaged in a design thinking exercise where they brainstormed and prototyped potential future initiatives. The second workshop turned methodological reflection into a creative activity, a pink soup, that is traditional Lithuanian soup exercise, where ingredients symbolized elements of combined audits. This playful approach pushed the participants to think differently, link abstract concepts to practical audit elements, and co-create solutions. Both workshops combined analytical thinking with creativity, making sure that the learning was engaging, memorable, and forward-looking. So reflecting on Malta and on the whole project, several lessons stand out. First, international cooperation is essential. Diverse perspectives led to innovative solutions, and the Malta event reinforced that working across borders adds real value. Second, engaging and creative formats matter. The more interactive the format, the higher the participation and enthusiasm. Third, continuity pays off. Many participants joined multiple webinars, which built a sense of shared journey and learning community. Finally, creativity can deepen methodological understanding. Playful approaches like the pink soup metaphor or the bingo game help participants to internalize complex ideas in a new ways. Another lesson is the blending theory with practical examples keeps content highly relevant. Malta showcased academic perspectives, country practices, and applied exercises, a balance that worked very well. The hybrid model also proved its worth. It allowed broad participation while still giving space for in-person networking. Equally important, the traveling club created a safe space for auditors to share not only successes but also challenges. This openness built stronger professional trust and communication. The legacy of Malta and the club itself is clear. The Traveling Club of Experts has become a proven platform for cooperation and is set the stage for future EUROSAI initiatives to build upon. Here we are starting a new project group called #AuditTalks that continues the legacy of Traveling Club of Experts, broadening its activities even more. So thank you very much. It was a very, very brief glimpse into what we've done in our previous work. So having looked at the past, let's now turn to the future. So what is #AuditTalks all about? Why was it created and how will it work? In the next presentation, Rebecca will present the background of the initiative, its vision, and the way it will operate. She will provide details about the project duration, key milestones, and most importantly, how all SAIs can contribute. The message is simple. #AuditTalks is the platform shaped by and for EUROSAI members. So Rebecca, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So yes, I'll be walking through audit talks and what it represents and how it will be organized. Firstly, I will take you through why we established audit talks. Obviously, we've already talked about this, but I'll continue reinforcing the point. What it is and what its main objectives are, how it will work in practice, the intended duration of this project group, and also the established milestones. And finally, how you can get involved in this project group. So as previously indicated, we're aiming to build on the success of the Traveling Club of Experts, which is a project group that really proved the value of informal knowledge sharing for fostering collaboration among auditors. It aligns as the Traveling Club of Experts did, but now under the new strategy, it aligns with the new strategic goal 1, which aims to support effective, innovative, and relevant audits by promoting and brokering professional cooperation. And it's doing this by providing opportunities to engage beyond formal structures. It aims to foster a dynamic knowledge exchange and professional growth. And it aims to not only replicate the experience of the Traveling Club of Experts, but really it aims to expand on it by introducing innovative formats, broader discussions, and new audit topics. And through this, we aim to ensure that it is relevant and impactful within the EUROSAI community. Okay. Somehow. No, okay, I'm not stuck. So at its core, it is a platform for informal discussions on both audit methodology and also audit practice. We aim to address topics that are not currently being addressed by existing EUROSAI working groups, task forces, and project groups. So to go beyond what is currently being discussed within the EUROSAI community. Obviously, many audit issues do not fit neatly within existing structures. So this initiative creates a flexible space to discuss emerging topics. Also, it aims to engage both auditors and experts with sessions featuring obviously auditors, SAI experts, and external professionals from international bodies such as IDI and UNDESA, and also academics, public sector representatives, and possibly even private sector representatives. It aims also to promote inclusivity and mentorship, since it is open to auditors in all career stages, thus creating these opportunities for shared learning and for mentorship. And also by bringing together auditors from the EUROSAI community with shared interests, we aim to strengthen professional connections, expand networks and collaborations on common challenges. Ultimately, this initiative is about fostering connections and making knowledge accessible in a way that is engaging, relevant, and beneficial to all participants. So, as we've already said, SAI Lithuania is leading this initiative and SAI Malta is co-leading, and together we're coordinating activities to ensure that the topics and discussions are well organized and remain relevant to the needs of the community. We'll have expert-led discussions based on an open call for topics. So rather than us deciding in advance the topics, we want EUROSAI members to propose key topics and also experts you'd like to hear from, ensuring that the discussions reflect the real needs and interests of the EUROSAI community. Webinars will be the primary format used, so we'll have sessions focusing on a single topic with a maximum of 3 speakers per webinar. But then if a webinar generates significant engagement and interest, we will organize an in-depth in-person event to facilitate hands-on discussion, practical workshops, and deeper collaboration. Obviously, although we don't want to replicate what's being done in EUROSAI working groups, task forces, and project groups, we also want to give a wider exposure to these different groups so that there is awareness among the wider EUROSAI community about their contributions and the work that's being done in these working groups, project groups, and task forces, and also, therefore, foster a more informed and connected network. We would like for the discussions following the webinars to continue on the BEEP platform, so participants will be encouraged to continue conversations after the webinars, exchange ideas, share documents, and also form alliances to collaborate in an informal setting on the BEEP platform. We also, where possible, will try to share speaker contact details so that participants can follow up and also build direct connections and possible potential collaborations. And to broaden impact, we intend to circulate a summary report of each webinar, highlighting the key insights and contributions from speakers. Obviously, we will obtain consent from participants and record sessions so that these can be made available on the BEEP platform and the EUROSAI website, ensuring that those unable to attend live can still benefit from the discussions. These features will help to make audit talks an ongoing and evolving conversation rather than one-off sessions. So, the activities for audit talks are planned till the end of 2027. We are obviously starting with this kickoff webinar. In October, there will be an open call for topics and expert contributions. We will email the international liaison officers and ask for each side to give their feedback. We plan to have 3 webinars a year for 2026 and 2027, and there is also the possibility of up to 2 in-person conferences during this period on those topics which generate high interest. So, how can you get involved? There are several ways how you can get involved. Today, we'll ask you to provide preliminary feedback about the topics that interest you. We'll also have, as I said, the open call in October, and it's important to get this feedback from the EUROSAI community so that you shape the agenda and the topics really reflect the issues that matter to you. Participation is flexible, so you can join all virtual sessions, some join also the in-person session, you can contribute as a speaker. You can also contribute on the BEEP platform, and we really ask participants to ask follow-up questions there and keep on the discussion going. And also, if you have any resources, any material, you can share to do so. Audit Talks really aims to benefit individual auditors, but also the broader EUROSAI community. We want you to shape the conversation so that we discuss the topics that are relevant to the work you're doing and the challenges that you're facing. It's an opportunity for everyone to learn from peers and from experts. As we already said, we aim to bring to these webinars and to the in-person meetings not just auditors, but also academics, international experts, persons from the public sector. And obviously, it's an opportunity to expand your professional network, to build new connections, and it's also a way to include junior auditors to give them that international exposure that they often wish for. And obviously, more experienced auditors can definitely learn also from the fresh ideas of junior auditors, so it's mutually beneficial. You'll gain exclusive content. As I said, there'll be the speaker insights during the sessions, the recordings, reports, and together we can strengthen the EUROSAI audit community, make it a more interconnected network where we can really share knowledge and best practices together across institutions. So, in summary, Audit Talks is designed to be an engaging, inclusive, and dynamic platform that supports professional cooperation, learning, and networking within EUROSAI. I encourage you all to get involved, propose topics, and actively participate. Thank you. Grazie. Aciu. I look forward to your questions and discussions.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
And last thing, these are the contact details of Irena and myself. If you want to discuss something, propose something, we're open, obviously, to hearing from you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And here's the time where we now want to hear from you, our audience. To kick off the participatory element, we'll run a live poll to gather your ideas on potential topics and areas of interest. Your input will ensure that #Audit Talks remains relevant, forward-looking, and inclusive. I will now...
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be sharing the link on the chat, and you'll have a couple of minutes. You can join on Slido and share your views with us. Obviously, there'll be another opportunity in October, but this is a wider outreach exercise to get feedback.
Yes. So the first question that we want to ask you is, what topics should we cover in our upcoming webinars? Write as many as you possibly can think of. You can reach Slido through the QR code on your screens, or open the slido.com via your computer or via mobile phone. So please be active. Okay, so we now see one that's innovations. We've covered a little bit about innovations, but AI part wasn't covered that much, so very well noticed. Okay, I have already some ideas about who could contribute to that, right, Peter? Oh, nice. Sustainability, GDPR. It's wonderful. AI is the lead.
Very popular, yes.
Very popular. I think probably we have the first topic.
Independence, yes, it could also be a good topic, and how it relates to actual audit work for the auditor rather than at the institutional level might also be interesting. There's some data analytics, and also specifically the use of GIS in audit work.
Yes.
Yes.
Reducing administrative burden. I didn't think about that. That's a good idea. Forensic audit. Nice. You are giving us a very, very interesting topics to think about.
Yes.
Record keeping in audits. Okay. That's probably the topic I also didn't even think that would be of interest. Policy impact and evaluations, qualifications for performance auditors. Nice. We'll wait for probably 1 more minute for this question, so please write everyone. The SDGs, governance. Wonderful. Big data. But the AI is in the lead.
Yes. But it's interesting. There's been about 3 and 4 about the documentation and project tools. So that's also an interesting topic, I think.
Yeah, true. So we still have several of us typing. Financial auditing. Audit climate change and associated considerations. That's nice. Okay.
How to be short and effective in our work methodology. That's an interesting one. I guess there's work now also on these rapid audits. Maybe, yes, we could have some insight there on the work that's being done from that project.
Yes. And risk assessment and risk analysis as well. human resources not covered by other VGs and PGs. Okay. So, okay, we still have 4 participants typing, so let's wait for all of the, okay. So now we still have 1 more typing, another one. It's very good to see that activity. It warms our hearts. Thank you very much.
So obviously we'll look at these in more detail after the session.
Of course, of course, of course. Okay, so let's now go to another question that we have. So in one word, what is the main future challenge for public auditor and state auditing in general? In one word, please provide your insights. Relevance, it's a good one. AI. Independence, timing, yeah. Qualification, impact.
That's a good one. And timing, I guess, relates with the how to be efficient and fast with your work as well. So that
yes. The concept of real-time auditing.
Yes.
We'll wait for some more challenges, because the challenge also can shape the topic selection.
Yes, of course, yes.
Adaptability, data availability, that's a very hurtful thing. At least in our institution, gathering data is quite
and data of good quality also, quality considerations, yes.
Yes, true. Trustful information, yes, it's the same as, like, very similar to data availability, regulation.
I think outreach and impact can go together as well.
For sure.
Not necessarily, but they can, yes, and relevance, yes.
Sure. We still have some of the participants writing, so we'll wait for their replies, and then we will go to the last question. But it's very, very interesting to see what you see as a risk in the future, as a challenge in the future for the public auditing. That's very interesting that it also represents that we probably all of us see very similar challenges, and what we are going to face in the future.
Skills and qualifications, that's also interesting.
Yes.
Maybe the skills of an auditor, the skills an auditor needs to have, especially with digital tools.
And there's a new standard for that, 1,950 for the qualification of auditors. Okay, so I see that there's no one typing anymore. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. One more participant typing. So thank you so much. Thank you. It's very interesting. And the third and the last question that we have for you. So would you be interested in becoming a presenter in our future webinars? And on what topic? If yes, please provide the name of your SAI as well when answering. I've doubled the ending of the question, but technical error. Sorry for that, but still we look forward for at least 1, maybe 2 from our audience who would be who would be willing to participate, to become the presenter in our webinar. Oh, we have 2.
There seems to be some movement, yes.
Yeah, we are hopeful.
But obviously, this is not the only opportunity to volunteer. We'll have the call in October, but we're happy to have people come forward today as well.
It's just your measurement of your willingness. It's not mandatory. If you say that you're going to, or if you wish to become a presenter, it doesn't mean that we for sure will force you to become a presenter. No, just to see if you would be interested in that. If you are interested in that kind of engagement into EUROSAI community. We are hopeful, very hopeful. 4 participants typing. Nice. I feel a little bit like, presenter or the host of some lottery or maybe even Eurovision. But it's very interesting to see we are looking forward for your answers. Wonderful. We have the first from Malta. Well done, Malta.
Great.
Rebecca. Wonderful. Thank you very much. This is what the interaction with the audience looks like. It makes our work very interesting, and I hope that you being as an audience to feel engaged into the shaping of our project group is also kind of a nice thing to you too. Someone was writing and stopped. Please write. Okay, so no more.
Okay, so maybe we'll recap now. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So we've heard the commitment of our leaders, of our auditors general, looked back at the success of the Traveling Club of Experts and what it taught us about how it can be improved. And we also shared the vision and the logistics, operational logistics of how audit talks will work. The next concrete step now is the launch of the survey in October. So you'll have more time to think about our questions and possibly pass your suggestions through your liaison officers. So please help us shape the agenda and also nominate speakers from your side.
Yes, and one more asking of favor for you as an audience before we close this webinar. Please, would you be so kind now to turn on your cameras for us to have a picture, social media and stuff to show that we are eager to communicate with our international community. So please turn on your cameras and we'll do a group photo. It's not like it is in person and you stand on the big staircase and you try to fit in all the members, but still it's very nice to see the faces of the ones who joined us today. So I am now asking our colleague Jivile, is it enough? Do you see enough faces or we need some more? Jivile?
A bit more, please. If you could join, I will make a nice photo.
Example. So please, someone, some more people, please, our nice audience, turn on your cameras, put on your biggest smile.
And once again, one moment, I will take another one. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, nicely done. So thank you very much once again to each and everyone. After some time, we will disseminate the short summary of what we did today, of our presentation. And of course, as Rebecca told you, we are going to ask you in October, like in official manner, to present in our upcoming webinars. So thank you very much for engaging into Slido, into interactive activity, and have a nice day. And I hope to see you, at least some of you, in our upcoming webinars. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.